Hello everyone, welcome to Market Flash. Today we're going to talk about Bitcoin and we're going to take a look at Bitcoin's larger time frame as well as a smaller time frame to see if we are getting any signs of recovery for Bitcoin or not in a smaller time frame. And we will also take a look at the Ethereum price as well. So starting off with Bitcoin larger time frame, if you take a look at Bitcoin's weekly RSI, it is clearly indicating that Bitcoin is in a large downtrend and it is showing bearish divergence. And this has been started since March 2024, and Bitcoin has been lacking bullish momentum. And if you are asking, are we in a bear market or a bull market? My opinion is that we just entered the bear market. And the reason for that is that we mentioned that if we get a weekly close below 50-week moving average, that is an indication that we are entering a bear market. And now we're getting another weekly close below the 50-week moving average. That is basically a double confirmation that we are entering a bear market. So overall, Bitcoin is in a downtrend and likely in a bear market. And also we got a dead cross that happened just a couple of days ago. Whenever we got a dead cross that happened at the end of the Bitcoin's bull cycle, usually that caused Bitcoin to go further down and start the bear market. With that being said, this market is already so oversold right now. So that itself should tell us that we should get some sort of bounce from here pretty soon because it's very oversold. And if you take a look at Bitcoin's daily RSI, it is now in oversold area. I mean, Bitcoin's RSI cannot stay there forever. So usually the maximum amount that Bitcoin can stay in oversold area is like 1 week. So it's very likely that we will get a bounce right from here, and that will cause Bitcoin price to go up, show some signs of relief and recovery. And to talk about the support and resistance level for Bitcoin, we had a huge amount of support right at this level, which is sitting at around 85,000, almost $300. But unfortunately, we break this support level, and it's likely that Bitcoin will go further down and find a strong amount of support at around 75 to 76,000 and half, $76,500. There's a huge amount of support over there. And if we talk about the resistance level, the immediate resistance level is around $86,300, and there is a strong resistance at around $93,000. So if you're trading Bitcoin, watch closely these resistance and support level, and that should give you an idea to where to buy and where to put your stop loss and your sell order. Another thing that I want to talk about here is that whenever we enter a bear market, we always get a bounce back to 50-week moving average, which currently is sitting around $103,000. So it's very likely that Bitcoin will go higher again if we find some sort of local low here to go back to this weekly 50-week moving average at around $100,000 to $103,000. And the reason why I'm saying that is because similar thing happened in 2021 when we entered the bear market. We went all the way here and then we bounced back just above the 50-week moving average in 2022. Similar thing happened in the prior cycle. As we entered the bear market, then again we got a bounce to touch this 50-week moving average. Another reason why I believe that Bitcoin will eventually go back to around $99,000 to $100,000 is because there's a huge amount of liquidity sitting around this area, and it's very likely for Bitcoin to go higher because market makers always wants to push the price of Bitcoin towards the area where there's a lot of liquidity is sitting. And in this case, there's a huge amount of liquidity all the way to around $98,000. But let me be clear, I'm not saying that Bitcoin is going to go up to 99 or 98 to $100,000 tomorrow. It's going to take a lot of time. Maybe in the next 1 or 2 months is the likely scenario. And I think as Bitcoin go up all the way to $99,000 again, it's very likely that the altcoins will also go up along with Bitcoin. Even there's a chance that Ethereum and some other altcoins will outperform Bitcoin. And the reason why I'm saying that is because alt Bitcoin pairs has not been performing very well throughout this entire cycle. And I'm not saying that it's going to be an alt season or anything like that, but it's very likely that Bitcoin, once it bounces back to $100,000, then it's a chance that alts also will go much higher. And in some altcoins, maybe outperform Bitcoin too. Last but not least, Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index is sitting at 11, which is indicating extreme fear. And this is another reason why I think Bitcoin should get a bounce and recovery soon. And I think smart money is already positioning themselves. And retail, well, unfortunately, will FOMO into Bitcoin as Bitcoin will go up. Also, let's take a look at how is Ethereum doing. Ethereum is currently sitting at $2,726 as the time of recording this video. And Ethereum finds support at this exact line that we draw, which is sitting around $2,622. But let's see if Ethereum is gonna respect this support line or not. If Ethereum breaks this support line, the next support zone for Ethereum is around $2,400. But if it fails again, then there's a huge amount of support at around $2,100. Also, if you look at the Ethereum's daily RSI, it is entering the oversold area as well. And it is not very much oversold, but it is likely that it will find support maybe in the next couple of days or even the next 1 or 2 weeks. Stay there and then get a bounce right from here. Alright guys, that's all I want to talk about in this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for the next video that's coming tomorrow. Have a good one.